What if I told you there was a way to tap into your subconscious mind to access deeper levels of creativity using nothing more than a pen and paper?
Hi, my name is Valérie and I am an artist, a creative writer. And over the past decade plus, so since my early 20s, I've been using automatic writing as a way to tap into my consciousness, deeper levels of awareness and creativity. It's been an interesting ride, but in this video, we're going to dive into more what it is and how this came about. There are many tools we can use to tap into one's own creative potential, including meditation and other practices, but for this video it'll be specifically automatic writing. For myself, I find that automatic writing has made me and continues to make me a better writer and better communicator overall. Let's get into it. So some of you may ask, what's the point of automatic writing? Like, I could just go meditate, like I don't have to write it down, it's already on my mind, it doesn't matter. Well, with automatic writing, we gain access to deeper levels of thought, emotion, and intuition that often remain hidden in everyday life. The purpose of automatic writing is not only to learn more about oneself, but also to open creative communication pathways that lead to original ideas, offering clarity and insight, and provides a safe space to explore uncomfortable emotions by externalizing them, therefore creating distance and detachment from them. Fears get transferred from mind and body to paper. As mentioned, the purpose is to learn more about oneself as well as tap into deeper levels of your creativity. What are some common myths about it? Number one, automatic writing only works for some people. So that is false. Anyone can do this, anyone can try. It's not only reserved for some specific people. No. Number two, automatic writing is basically the same thing as a shitty first draft. No, actually, automatic writing is a less refined version of a shitty first draft because you are not using the analytical filter to edit as much, and you have the luxury of time and speed of choice when writing a shitty first draft. With automatic writing, it is written as fast as you possibly can, so you miss. It's not as orderly as a shitty first draft would be. It actually comes before the shitty first draft. It gets transferred into one, I would say. Number three, automatic writing is polished on the first try. Nope, that is false. Unless, some people can try it and maybe it turns out perfect, but for myself at least, it is not polished on the first try. This practice is about speed, flow, and bypassing the analytical mind and inner critic. You've got to move quickly, so you're not editing as you go. You're allowing a pathway of communication to build between the subconscious mind onto the page. Naturally, this can lead to typos, rough grammar, and that's okay. It's acceptable as you are in the first phase of the creative writing process. So it's okay for the first phase, but don't stay there, is what I'm saying. Automatic writing, much like automatic speech, is about accessing raw insight. The words, concepts, and information you extract can be quite abstract, raw, and vulgar, and expressed in non-linear ways. Speech is non-linear, ideas are just cluttered. It's part of the first phase of the process. Again, you don't stay there. It's just to extract material from within. Number four, automatic writing is an excuse to get away as a sloppy writer. Like I said previously, when you're writing as fast as you possibly can, there will be some typos and grammar errors and perhaps vulgar language or whatever comes up for you. essentially, well, you don't stay there. You have to, express it on paper to see what you got. And once you know what you got, then you can work with it and make it beautiful and make it clear and organized. So that's good. So no, it's not an excuse to remain a sloppy writer, but it is, for myself at least, part of my process. So I wrote here, so yes, embrace the mess in the moment. Let it flow, but don't stay there, okay? Keep sharpening your ability to express ideas with precision, depth, and clarity. Because when you empty the cup, you make room to refill it with more tools and experiences that will carry you forward in the next chapter. And in my opinion, that's where real creative power lies, inside the cup that can hold endless potential. Yes, okay? Number 5, you should share your automatic writings with others. Oh God, this is like too much. Okay, so memory lane. Okay, just give me a second here. You should share your automatic writings with others. No, don't do that. I'm just gonna share an extra note here about why I shared in my early 20s my preliminary drafts with friends and professionals in the industry, is because I wanted to have feedback, because that's how I learn. I need to have feedback along the line, along the creative process. I need to do check-ins with people. But as I've grown older, now in my 30s, I realize, well, I can be that person for myself. I can do the check-ins with myself as the process advances. That is something that I do different now than when I was much, much younger, is that I give that to myself. I am the person who reviews my own work instead of relying on an external source of validation to redirect my work or my ideas. Yeah, that's been kind of a learning curve for me. And I found that also giving myself time, giving time to breathe. For example, automatic writing is extremely fast, and then you need a pause. You need time to let your ideas and what you wrote on paper sit. You need to let it sit, perhaps for a few weeks, months, or years. So, and then you can revisit it with a more mature lens. Again, automatic writing is for you. It's not meant to be shared, and I'm just sharing that information because that's what I learned. One of the lessons in my 20s. So yeah, I find that as we grow older, we become more independent, and one of the keys of that independence for me has been learning to rely more on solely on myself, creatively. Yeah. And I wrote here, I'm still proud of myself for taking the step to express myself on paper instead of causing chaos in the world. It's very dramatic here, but I think that the act of writing on paper how we feel is quite wise. Even though it's not perfect on the first try, it is very wise to do so, to put things on paper instead of creating chaos, in the streets or somewhere else. It's a good practice. It's a good tool to have in your toolbox. Okay? That's where I stand. That's what I believe. But hey, tout le monde est différent. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not a scientist, I am an artist, so I don't have the whole explanation, like neurologically or like psychologically, of why this works. I just know that I've been using it and it works for me. I'm still learning, I'm still, growing with it. I wrote here, every time I sit down to write freely, I feel like I'm cleaning out internal clutter and tapping into something much, much deeper. It's like emotions, thoughts, and patterns I wasn't even aware of start to surface and make more sense. It's like doing a rapid deep dive. Just jump in yourself, like, and you figure out all the wiring and how everything's organized or has been for years and didn't even know about it. And kind of deep diving in that. And it's also like leaving a room much more clean than it was when you walked into it. It could be your bedroom, closet, whatever. That type of mentality of keeping things organized for the next dive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go in, you write, and you let it sit, reread it, and as you reread it, the process of rereading yourself will lead to more cleanliness, internal cleanliness. I wrote here, over time, it's like you're carving out new pathways, letting go of stuck emotions by acknowledging them, and letting go of outdated beliefs by creating space for clarity and insight to come through. After reviewing your work, of course. After reviewing your work, yes, you give it time to sit. How and why did I get started with automatic writing? Like, how did this even come about in my 20s? Like, why is this a thing? Well, I used to have a lot of like panic paralysis, anxiety attacks, just a lot of like, yeah, panic in the mind, overanalyzing, freezing, paranoia, and writing extremely fast was my way of emptying the cup, emptying the cup, yes, and gaining moments of calm and calm and clarity and peace. The anxiety would get transferred from mind and body to paper. It was just, I didn't call it automatic writing then. It just felt good to write. I didn't know that's what it was. And I remember even spending hours and hours overnight writing on these huge pieces of paper, and just writing and writing and writing. Nothing genius, nothing, well, maybe some golden moments in there, you know, like, that's the thing with automatic writing, is that you can write and write and write and write and write, and then once you let it sit and then review it with a calm mind, you can identify parts. Oh, that's good. Oh, I like how I said that there. Oh no, that's weird. That's cringe. Don't, don't say that like that. But you can really identify parts that are also, in my opinion, little genius moments in there. So that's the fun part afterwards as well. So yeah, my personal experience. I wrote here, how has it changed my mindset over time? I wrote, just do now and then analyze. I also wrote about what I call the transfer. So you transfer your fears, like I said, from mind and body to paper, which then leaves more room to worry, for worry to enter the mind. So it gives a bit of a pause. And that was kind of the practice back then, is that I would write and I was like, okay, that's good, I got it out of my system. And then not too long after that, I would panic again about something else, and then I would have to write about that. So it's like emptying the cup, and it keeps filling up with other things. I was like, okay, well, there's more here to work with. So it's fun, but it's not fun. If you know what I'm saying, like it gives pauses and gives moments of peace, but then you are met with more anxiety about other things that perhaps you didn't think were an issue, but then it's things that can bother you in the process. But you're, in the long haul, in the long run, you are doing the right thing for yourself by externalizing your pain, your fears, and all these things. It can also feel a bit nerve-wracking that now it's on paper and now it exists in the 3D world, and prior to that it only existed in your mind, safe from others. Was only in here for yourself, but now it's externalized. And if you were, so you see what I'm saying, that the anxiety, the paranoia, the panic, And in all that big ball, it's like, when do I share and when do I not share? Is it oversharing and all of that? So it's been my 20s. It's been a ride, a fun one, but it's been a ride, you know. Common blocks. Common blocks could look like, it just feels like me thinking. I'm scared of what will come up on paper, which is the big one. I don't know what to write. If you don't know what to write, is because you're not, in my opinion, bypassing the analytical filter. So one of the ways to help you write, if you don't know what to write, you literally write, I don't know what to write, and you just write your thoughts, and that will, you pick up speed with that, and then eventually you'll dive deeper in your creativity, and you just got to keep going at it. I also wrote here, meditate. Everyone is different, but for me, it's when I start to get anxious, start pacing around my room and overthinking and start talking to myself out loud, that I know that's my cue to start writing or recording audios or meditating. So that pacing around the room, getting anxious, getting like this and on the inside all activated, that is my cue. So you might be someone who's wired completely differently than I am, and you don't get anxious as much as I do. So it could be a bit different for you, or you might need a different approach. I'm just sharing what works for me. To recap the benefits, here they are. I wrote, it clears mental blockages. It calms the nervous system down. It reprograms limiting beliefs. It improves creativity and intuition. And it helps heal you emotionally, and provides more self-awareness as well over time. Let me know if it's something you're interested in, if it's something you already do as part of your creative writing practice. And I can do another separate video, kind of a walkthrough as I'm doing the automatic writing to get more into detail there. But yeah, for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.